This is Alvin of Port Harcourt. My biology teacher told us a story back then in secondary school, and I know everybody from Anglican Secondary School, ASI, who sees this video would recall and attest. But then it is something that is common to our everyday life, and so I deemed it fit to talk about it because we all experience these things, and our stories make up our lives. There is need to take care of yourself as an entrepreneur or as an employee. There is need to make provision for what goes into your stomach. There is good need for that. Now, the load of work you have as an entrepreneur or as an employee to some degree makes it difficult for us to consciously plan for our meals. Those who are always busy find it difficult to consciously plan for what they are going to eat. Now, we are so much focused on how to make money, but 50, 60, 70% of us don't have concentrations of how to plan our meals. Now, this is the story. My biology teacher said he came to Port Harcourt to do a few things. I don't know whether he came for a job application or stuff like that. And then he spent a lot of time here. And there was need to eat because part of the characteristics of a living thing is that a living thing has to ingest and digest and all that. So there was need to eat, and then he walked into a particular place, and then he just ate. And he said while he was going back home, his stomach started doing him, and he tried to maintain his teeth, but there is a level or there is a degree to which you can maintain your teeth. When it is out of hand, you've got no choice. And so he said while he was going back, at a particular point, he ran out of the bus, went into somewhere with endurance, went into somewhere, and then somehow they showed him where to, release what he was carrying. And he said before he could arrange, everything just did boom. And he said in a Kwere language, really magi my tray. Anybody who sees this video from us would relate. Now there is a very big need as an entrepreneur to plan your meal. The pressure of making sales for us in the real estate field, when a client is coming to the office, when a client is coming for inspection, you find it difficult to think of anything else other than the modalities to make sure that the client is satisfied. And you forget that your health is the basis, is the foundation to which your business can thrive. When you're healthy, you can do better business. And so I talked about, I made a video yesterday and I talked about inability to have good rest. I had to be somewhere with my partner, and then there was need for us to have a meal because we stayed out for some hours. And when we were served, he looked at it and he said to me, "Oh boy, this one not there like waiting with the." And then I agreed with him. He said, "You tell me say their child go where?" And I said, "I've not been here. I never did, and I never told the. We managed it yesterday, and I think we could manage it today." To cut the long story short, that meal was a disaster. It was a disaster. We have our concentration so much on fixing our job, and then we do not think about what we are going to eat. We do not think about having enough rest. And these are the basics for which you can have good health to thrive, whether as an entrepreneur or as an employee. It brings me back to the fact that you will hear some ladies say that I don't allow my husband leave the house without having a pack of meal. I think that African culture is needed in the life of individuals, especially those who do not have the time to make their meals themselves. If you have someone who works so hard to get things done, the best you can do for him is to help him plan his meal, because most of the persons who work so hard don't plan for their meal. You know, whenever they are maybe done with a particular task and there is need to eat, don't forget, within the period where someone is working, where someone has his concentration of closing a deal with a client, he doesn't think about food. You know, all of his concentration goes on, how do I close this deal? And when the deal is done, he or she thinks, okay, I need to have a meal. And because you're far from home, you can just walk into somewhere and have something that might ruin the rest of your day. I think I've made the point. I think I've reminded us that it is expedient to think about the health benefits of what we've got going on and to always plan our meal. I've been of Port Harcourt. See you in the next one.